Yeah, boy.
Today, we're talking about the top 5 most dangerous enemies in Outward. The 5 hardest opponents to defeat regardless of your build. These monsters are the biggest and baddest creatures to exist in RI, and you should always be afraid to take them on. These do not include mini-bosses or bosses, so enemies such as the Royal Manticore, Guardian Compass, and Golden Matriarch do not count. The ones included here all respawn in the open world of Outward, and I'm also going to include a few tips on how to take them down if that's something you need. So, let's hop right in and learn about Outward's toughest monsters. This enemy here is basically a snail, but one that can kill you in seconds. The gastrocene can be found in the voltaic region of Caldera. It's quite a slow creature, making them easy to avoid. However, they're tanky, and I mean very tanky. You'll need plenty of damage to kill these slimy cretins, and they don't need much to stop you in your tracks. They'll shoot out green orbs that don't track, but spread out in front of them. Depending on how close you are, they can stop short or continue on quite a ways. Get hit by this and take an absurd amount of decay damage. Get hit too much and you'll get plague on you, which kills you quickly over time. So okay, just get behind him where there are no orbs. Well, now you have an additional problem. The gastrocene will shoot fire blasts out behind it, exploding directly near its shell. They have what seems to be the perfect defense, being highly resistant to fire and decay damage as well. Oh, and if you happen to get one of these down to low health, it'll retreat into its shell, gaining extra defense and healing itself rather quickly. You might be thinking, what the heck? That sounds impossible to deal with. Well, it's pretty tough. You could simply damage them over and over, eventually coming out on top, but the battle takes a long time. My advice? Impact. Having high amounts of impact from good weapons and the Enrage skill active will let you stagger the snails, preventing them from attacking or healing. A two-handed mace, in fact, seems to be the easiest way to kill them, as that weapon type bonks over anything that moves. Other than that, don't fight the gastrocene. Getting one-shotted by 8 decay balls to the face will make you more reluctant to battle with them. What could be more dangerous than a walking tank? Why, the fast and ferocious tuanosaur. These massive dinos scour the swamps of the hallowed marsh, picking a fight with anything that moves. Be careful to not gain their attention, as being seen by these red teethy beasts mean they chase you forever. They're extremely fast creatures, immune to the poisonous water of the swamp. No, they don't have a ton of health, but the aggressive nature of their attacks makes for challenging combat. And getting hit too many times will bleed you. Not much defense against bleed, meaning it drains your health in seconds. Maybe you could just use a shield to block their 5-hit combo attacks and finally counterattack yourself. But these guys have really high impact, so usually they just knock you down by the time you want to swing your sword. Not bad enough? Well, these also come in a second form called the Alpha Tuanosaur. Same creature, but twice the size and twice the bite. Also gaining fire blasts and health regen. While very rare, these cretins are feared even by the bravest of giants. Travel carefully, as even seeing such a creature could spell certain doom. Luckily, we do have a reasonably simple way to take down tuanosaurs. Cold. These dinos hate frost, and will die much faster to items such as the Skycrown Mace, Brand, and anything with a frost imbue. Make use of the Frost Bullet skill taught by the Mercenary in Levant for even quicker takedowns. So while these fast and ferocious monsters litter the swamp and are nearly impossible to run from, you do have one thing up your sleeve. Unless you're clean out of cold. In that case, you may already be dead. We have a slow tank and a fast dinosaur. I don't think this could get any worse. Meet the Manticore, a tuanosaur on steroids. These massive beasts are few and far between. Most adventurers can go their whole entire lives without fighting one. But make one wrong turn and you could be in the most terrifying den in RI. Manticores deal very high damage from both bite attacks and tail whips. These also hit with a very impressive impact that makes blocking tough, unless you have heavy armor or the Tsar shield. Stay a bit out of range and they throw spikes. Don't even think about tanking hits though, as you'll receive extreme poison, melting your health, before you can even blink. Regenerating health, incredible speed, and extreme aggression. Don't let one of these see you. The biggest problem with these creatures is not all of their damage, but the fact that they're so nimble. Go for any melee attack and they jump backwards. If this catches you off guard, they counterattack, and it's not pretty. Luckily, these creatures are only found in Enriker Forest near their den. It's pretty easy to see as everything near it is dead. One manticore can also be seen trouncing around in the sand dunes of the Abrasar Desert. No den has been found for this thing, so step cautiously. As for how to defeat such fearsome opponents, use fire. Not only does fire apply burning to counteract their health regen, but it also obliterates them, being very weak to it and burning dealing fire damage over time. This makes things 10 times easier. Now, applying burning is a different story. I recommend suppressor plates or hexes so you're never within melee range. But hey, fire imbues also work, if you're skilled enough. Oh, and you need a lot of speed to run from these behemoths. They're ridiculously quick. We've seen such powerful beasts at this point, and it's hard to think of anything that could be even worse. But what about something that's not a monster at all? The gargoyle is a construct or robotic-like entity, created by the Jinn or Genie to protect him and the Caligrays. Statues come to life through magic. What could be dangerous about that? Not every gargoyle is active. You may run across several stone cold in the open world of Caldera. However, do not let your guard down, as the ones in caves are almost guaranteed to attack on sight, swinging both massive clubs and fast swords. The club hits hard, but is also the easiest to dodge, giving you your best attack window. The sword strike, on the other hand, is a series of death blows. Get caught in this and you will take damage over and over until you're left lifeless on the ground. Always get away from the sword, as it is only meant to punish and cannot give you an opening. These mysterious constructs are immune to bleeding, poison, and confusion. They also have a ridiculous amount of protection, so they're really hard to impact and physical damage is a no-go. Luckily, we do have that good old spirit varnish. Quick and easy to make actually, and gargoyles are negative 60% weak to such an element. It will devastate their health, and honestly, it's pretty pointless to take them on without this damage. The Primal Ritualist does also have something called the Ghost Drum, which counters these cretins quite easily. But if you happen to get ambushed without any purple damage, I recommend you simply turn the other way, and maybe come back a different time. So what on earth could be scarier than these 4 creatures? One single enemy stands above them all as the most dangerous enemy in Outward. The dreaded Scarlet Emissary. Never seen one before? Not surprising. They're not meant for this world, and very few even exist. These demons are minions of the Scarlet Lady, men and women who have given up their freedom to serve the lies of the Red Lich. When these peons fail to uphold their end of the deal, the Scarlet Lady transforms their very souls into a fiery demon from hell. A creature wrapped in chains and set ablaze by the red-hot anger of the very Lich itself. With multiple arms, they will come at you quickly, ignoring 50% of your defense with its melee attacks and blasting you with fire in a wide radius. Stand too close and they can suck up your very life force, restoring 200 some health and damaging you in the process. These horrific nightmares will knock you down in seconds and never let you flee, as their hatred burns bright. If you see such a creature, just know you're fighting something beyond human comprehension, and your life is always at risk. Luckily, this is a ghost-like enemy, connected to the undead sort of, which means ethereal damage is the way to go. And boy is it. Fight them with anything else and you're hitting a brick wall. But use a spirit varnish and they drop much quicker. Also, like most of the game, applying confusion makes them stagger in only a few hits, so that's really the way you want to go. But beware the red floating demons of Caldera's volcanoes. The Red Lady will do anything to spread her power in our eye once more. And those, ladies and gentlemen, are the 5 most dangerous enemies in Outward. A tanky snail, fast dinosaur, aggressive chimera, invulnerable statue, and the burning demon. All opponents you won't want to cross regularly, as they require either loads of potions or high amounts of skill to take down. Ri is a vast and dangerous world filled with beasts looking to bury you underground. Stand strong, adventurers, and bring along your best skills. Or do what the rest of us do, and run away.